Hey guys, this video is about how to set up the right set of rules to make the most of healthy limit. So before I start demonstrating how exactly this works, let me give you some tips. If you're setting this for your child, the first thing you want to know is what is the average number of steps your child is already doing on a daily basis. This will kind of help you set the expectations right because if the kid is doing about 3 to 4,000 steps and you jump your expectations to 10,000 steps, then this will create a kind of resistance by the child for healthy limit, and we don't want that. We want them to receive it with all the enthusiasm, and they should feel that they are succeeding by adapting healthy limit. So healthy limit should come across as an empowerment to them, giving them more freedom, and they get the control over things. But you can always change the rules later on, slowly and eventually, to get a better handle on their health. So that's tip number one. Number two, you also want to know what is their average screen time consumption on a daily basis. So if they are spending about 30 minutes every day and you suddenly bring it down to 10 minutes, that is also going to create some resistance. So all in all, the suggestion is that do things eventually over a period of time. You can always change the rules on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. Kids will get a notification that the rules have been changed, and they can always see what are the current rules, what are the goal rewards, what are the multipliers that you applied, and they will comply with it. They don't have a choice. But don't just make it like a big task for them from day one. So let's get started. So here you can see towards the left, you can change these numbers, and you can see that right below it, an estimated calculation is shown. Now that calculation will help you kind of imagine that if your child did 10,000 steps, then he will get like 7 hours of screen time. So you don't want that. So ideally, you should say for every 1,000 steps, the kid gets, let's say, 10 minutes. So for 10,000 steps, he would get 1 hour 40 minutes. I still don't like it. So let's make it 1,600 steps and maybe, let's say, 5 minutes. Okay, so now it's easier. Now this ways. So if you know that the kid is not going to do more than 5,000 steps, about 20 minutes just from steps is a good idea. But it's again, that's the calculation that you have to look at. Now coming to the goal reward. So if the child is doing about 5,000 steps and you want to give a reward, then your reward has to be a little ahead of the current performance, and your reward can be as low as 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Now coming to the sleep part, it's exactly the same as steps, but instead of rewarding the child for every step, we will be rewarding the child for every minute in case of sleep. So here you can see by default it's 120 minutes is 120 minutes of sleep gets a reward of 10 minutes, which means that if 8 hours of sleep, then the child gets 40 minutes of screen time. So you definitely don't want that if you want to limit screen time to around 30 to 40 minutes. So we increase the expectation there, and we kind of try to reduce it here. So for 8 hours, the kid is now going to get only 12 minutes. And again, you want to raise the bar a little bit and see that the kid is motivated to sleep more, because 10 minutes right now looks like a big reward when compared to the per hour or per minute reward that the child is getting for the 8 hours of sleep. So the reward has to be substantial enough to keep the child motivated to kind of achieve it. You guys know it better than me. So that's about it. That's about how you set the rules in the best way in Healthy Limit. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoy using Healthy Limit, and more than you, I hope your kids enjoy using Healthy Limit. And by the way, if you're using Healthy Limit for your own self, then still these rules will apply to you, and I'm sure you'll make the right decision in terms of what should be the time and activity ratio for yourself. And I hope you get enough sleep. Thank you so much.